All right, it says we're live here. It's March 27th, 9:27 a.m. Eastern time here in freezing cold Wisconsin. Do something quick, so bear with me. I know I'm getting shadow banned like many other channels are, and pretty much even have proof. Let me drop this in the Discord real quick. I'd like to talk about, says 7 people in the house so far, what a lot of us are going to experience or are experiencing right now with this stay in place, shelter in place, lockdown, all that stuff that's happening, and all our fears and everybody around um, the world, so to speak. We want to talk about addiction, talk about people that are going to be going through withdrawal, the feeling of isolation, loneliness, etc. And pretty much this stream is going to be about um, basically not giving up, letting go of fear, letting go of guilt, um, many other different topics that I want to talk about and discuss to a lot of you all and people that may stumble across this video. When I turn, I'll say hey to everybody in the chat, but when I turned on the StreamYard, find the picture, I took a picture and I got to zoom, see if I can read it. But this was on StreamYard, never seen anything like this before. Said a friendly heads up. Platforms like Facebook and YouTube and internet service providers are seeing an unprecedented level of traffic because of COVID-19. As a result, they are having more issues than usual. Keep this in mind if you run into any issues over the coming weeks. If you have had any issues, you can check download detector to see if others are reporting it too. And it said something about that Facebook Live is down. I don't have Facebook Live. I don't do that. But anyways, showing 7 in the house. Normally we'd have a lot more than that. 12 in the house now. Sister Rhonda R, great to see you. Can't wait till you figure out how to get into the Discord. Lou, Keyboard Warrior, good morning. Great to see you. Sister Renee Vester, great to see you as well. Magic Angel in the house, doing a magnificent job on Discord beyond anything I could imagine. Little Smiley in the house. W Texas Danielle in the house. Ms. Mary's in the house. Nikki Lawrence, morning everyone. Basically, this live stream, I want to reach out to everybody that's going to be feeling different emotions when it comes to the uncertainty of what's going on in our world. You know, we have never ever imagined. You know, we've read about it, we've learned about Book of Revelations, we've talked about it, we've prepared for it, but to face it face to face like we are every day, um, it's sometimes like me and brother Rick Guyver would say, it feels like we're in a dream that we're going to wake up and everything's going to be back to normal. Well, unfortunately, that's not the case. And here in the next few months, you know, our whole world is changing completely, and it's gonna, you know, it terrifies a lot of people, and it's. Hold on, real quick. I know this isn't about pets, but I'm going to add this link so people can see. All right. Twilight Zone. Yes, that's a really good way to put it. That's a real good way to put it. It feels like we are living in the Twilight Zone, with this social distancing, etc. And that's, to me, I believe that's the way that they're going to implement this after all this pandemic issue is over with. People are going to be distant. It's a way to divide families, divide that social structure that we have, handshaking, etc. Um, I believe once it's all passed, that people are going to adapt to it. People are going to always have that fear in the back of their mind. They're not going to want to shake hands, and hug each other, etc. It's basically a way to break up our social structure and pretty much create more of a divide. You know, but this is a good point. This is what I feel too. Uh, I'm excited to see the changes. I have waited my whole life for it. It's spooky, but not for those with faith. Exactly. That's why you have to let go of fear. And everything that you see that's going on in the world today, simply it just validates. It validates everything that's written. The good book, the Holy Bible. It validates. Once again, like I've said many times, a book that was written over 2,000 years ago is spot on with everything that's going on today. So that should give you comfort in knowing, if that's spot on and what we're seeing every day, that there is, life after death, that there is a heaven. So that should bring you comfort. Yes, the old saying, I want to go to heaven, but I don't want to go tonight, or something like that. A lot of people, um, they don't want to die. People fear death. There's so many emotions everybody's going to be dealing with in this form of isolation, and social media, is, I believe, it's used for good and bad. But if you're locked up in your house, you're under quarantine, etc., it's a good outlet to reach out to people. But you can't watch too many videos, and I've learned this myself and was discussing with another a sister. But sometimes you got to step back from all the doom and gloom, even though time is short. You got to step back and maybe watch funny videos on YouTube. Watch a funny movie, etc. Kind of take your mind off of it, take all that stress and that burden. But if you know who runs this world, put on the armor. Absolutely, absolutely. We are definitely living in very prophetic days, but there's going to be a lot of people. Hey, Superman's wife in the house. Great to see you. You really should go on that Discord. You said you don't do it, but you'd really enjoy it. Got a lot of great rooms, prayer request rooms, Bible study rooms, etc. A lot of great stuff. Place to put pictures of your pets and all kinds of stuff. But I want to talk about people that are going to be battling, addiction. Okay. And those people, we don't, not people, but, they're just like us. But, there's going to be a shortage of medication. There's people right now that can't get to the doctors, and the doctors aren't really set up for the video conference or whatever. There's a delay in getting their medications filled. So something that their body is, you can be an addict, addicted to a certain medication and not even know it. Your body is addicted to it. Your body needs it. Your brain needs it. That's the way some of these medications are designed. So there's going to be people that suffer from severe pain, that are on pain management, pain medication, opioids, etc., that are going to have to come off of these drugs because they're unable to get them, simply because there's a major shortage, or their doctor's offices aren't taking, whatever the case may be. And I'm telling you what, people, like I've said before, withdrawal, I know it from, being a recovering alcoholic. Slipped up. You all know I slipped up a while back. Not a while back, not that long ago. Huge mistake. But Withdrawal is probably by far one of the most terrifying things you can go through. The feeling like you're going to die with each breath you take, and then you kind of forget to breathe. The shakes, hallucinations, your heart beating out of your chest, anxiety. I mean, your sweats. Um, it's a point. A lot of people actually fall victim to going through withdrawal, and they will actually put a gun to their head, or they'll put a noose around their neck or something, because they don't want to deal with withdrawal because it's so scary. They would rather just die. And that's the one thing that I worry and fear for a lot of people that are going to be facing this. I am one that will suffer from meds soon. Well, I'm going to definitely put you in the prayer request, and we'll continue to pray for you, Sister Ruby Tuesday, aka Superman's wife. Anyone who wants to be added, yeah, that's one thing. This is a biggie. Anyone who wants to be added to the addicts and recovery rooms needs to get in touch with me as soon as you can, so I can add you. If you don't contact me, then I'm going to assume no one else wants in those rooms. Same goes for the ones that are mods. Exactly. If if you are in Discord and you are going to be facing, like Sister Ruby said, once her medications, if she no longer gets them refilled, basically her body's going to go through withdrawal. And there are a lot of people that know this is coming. So there may be a time, a lot of people that judged people and thought, oh, those people are just junkies or addicts, this and that. And then all of a sudden they're going to find out, wow, this certain medication I've been on, like a benzo, like Valium or Clonopin or Ativan, or, certain anti-anxiety drugs, this and that. Those are extremely dangerous medications to come off cold turkey. You're talking about they're doing new studies now that's more dangerous than coming off of alcohol. Alcohol was always the number one to detox from seizures to death or whatever. Now they're seeing that benzos last longer. There's people that have been in post acute withdrawal 2, 3, 4 years later, that because of what it does to the brain. And it's a scary fact for a lot of people. So yes, I don't want to scare people by saying this. I'm just saying this is something that is possible, if this continues to go the way they say it is. And one thing I want to say to everybody, please do not let your guard down. I'm starting to see all these new videos of people saying the virus is a hoax. The people that are in the hospital are crisis actors. There is no virus, blah, blah, blah. That is total BS, okay? We have subscribers, we have brothers and sisters here that have family that know somebody, or they have family that has the virus, or certain people have known people that have passed away from the virus. A large handful of cashews gives the same effect as Prozac. Didn't know that. So people that are on, a lot of people don't know, like with antidepressants, if you come off antidepressants, they call it the crash and burn. So if you are on Prozac and for some reason, a month or two down the road, you can't get on Prozac, or you can't get yours filled. See, my uncle Doug that took his life, he was on Prozac for years, and he functioned great. He got in a real bad car wreck. He lost his job, and he was mangled up pretty bad. That's before Prozac was on the generic list, and he could not afford to buy the Prozac. So he had to crash and burn. I believe it was 3 weeks later, he took the same shotgun my Uncle Al killed himself with, and he used it, and he took his life. So a large handful of cashews gives the same effect as Prozac. Check out some natural remedies while we still have the internet. That's a great idea. Thank you, Sarah Normally. do your research, and find out certain things. And yeah, diabetes meds, blood pressure pills. I'm on blood pressure, a real strong blood pressure pill, 100 milligram of Tylenol, which has a beta blocker in it to slow my heart. Because without it, my heart just beats like crazy. But there's ways you got to find certain foods, certain things that will actually help with your blood sugar. There are, I think, what is it? Ginger. Ginger root actually lowers your blood sugar. I learned a lot of stuff from when my brother was dying of brain cancer. But there are a lot of natural remedies. Well, here we go. Celery will reduce your blood pressure within 45 minutes. The stuff I didn't know, and that's why I wanted to do this live stream. And I know it's been shadow banned. Not many people got a notification, but hopefully some people will see it in the archives. Sister Crystal Gypsy, hello, sister. Hey, y'all. Sister Crystal Gypsy suffers from lupus, as well as Sister Ms. Mary. So we're facing a lot of scary times. I couldn't afford all those natural remedies for all on. Yeah, that's another thing too. Some people are on so many meds. I have some serious pain. I just keep going because I don't want to give up. Grandparent or gabapentin is for nerve pain, and oh yeah, gabapentin is actually for people that the receptors in the brains. It helps. I believe gabapentin helps. What does it help? Not releases endorphins, but does something. I can't remember. It's not a narcotic, no, but coming off of it, it's worse than coming off of opioids. Yeah, I learned that coming off of gabapentin is very, very hard when I was watching those withdrawals off of benzo YouTube videos. So Diane says she's on gabapentin and for fibromyalgia. Yeah, like I said, this is not to scare anybody. It's just to let you all know that there are places to turn to. You're not going to, and if you are in recovery, if you're in NA or you're in AA, and you know that you're not allowed to go out, because you look forward to all those meetings and they help keep you, sober. Please, like I said, join the Discord. We've got a total of 4 rooms, for people that are going through withdrawal at that moment, and that need help with others to pray for them, to boost them up, to share their experiences. And then we have another room, another 2 rooms for people that are in recovery, like Bubba. Bubba News, and I'm very proud of him. He's been sober, I'd say, what, 9-10 months now, Bubba. So there, it's a great outlet. I'm not here to promote the Discord channel by no means. Just saying, if you're facing these hardships, social media can be a good thing if you find support groups. There's support groups on Facebook. There's support groups through YouTube. You can type up Alcoholics Anonymous and watch videos and stuff like that. But I think a social interaction is what we need to continue to do, especially people that are in isolation. There's a lot of people that are single all by themselves that are on lockdown. It's great to have family around you, someone else to talk to you. But if you don't, please, find an outlet to where you can correspond back and forth, not just like put something in the comments section and wait a day or 2 for somebody to reply back. Something that is live interacting, which is good for the brain. And like I said, step away from some of the videos. I make a lot of the videos, and yeah, they can be scary. This right now, just what I'm saying, can actually put somebody into a panic attack. I don't want that, but I'm just saying to heed the warning that these are the days we're living in. Wean off the alcohol and the benzos now while you can. You do not want to go through seizures. April 3rd will be 1 year sobriety. That's awesome. I'm very proud of you, brother. Exactly. And with alcohol, the liquor stores and stuff are still open, but I believe there's a time that's going to be completely shut down. People are going to go through severe alcohol withdrawals, and people are going to turn to alcohol because of the isolation, because of the fear. They're terrified. They're going to say, screw it. It's the end of the world. I'm going to go ahead and get drunk, basically like I did. And I got freaking hammered, made an ass of myself on YouTube, made an ass of myself to a whole bunch of people. But I can admit that and learn from that. So, I'm scared of the benzos I'm on. I'm with you 100%, Ruby. I'm on them myself. Been on them for 8 years for seizures, for a seizure disorder. If I would have ever known what benzos would do to you, I would have never taken one from the doctor. Never, ever, 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 ever. Pretty much prisoner to it. And I'll tell you how scary it is. A few years back, before I moved up here, I went through, which I didn't know anything about benzo withdrawal, had no clue. And down in Florida, I didn't have insurance because I couldn't afford it at the time. So you had a walk-in clinic where you paid $150, not a pain clinic, but just a normal doctor. And I would get my medications refilled. I was on them for years, and I wasn't able because work slowed down. Or no, I was injured because I had all the concrete poisoning on my legs. I wasn't able to go to the doctors, and so I didn't have my medication. I thought, no big deal, I'll just relax. I went 6 days with no sleep. I lost all kinds of cognitive functions, however you say it. I was not able to walk on my own feet. I had to crawl. I had trouble breathing. I was hallucinating. I actually went almost 3 days without urinating. I crawled to the bathroom and I sat there, and for some reason my bladder and my brain were not connected, and it would not work at all. And I remember laying there on the floor, and I saw a Doberman pincher, a black one, in my kitchen. I was all by myself, just circling, but it was just a shadow. It wasn't there. It was a hallucination. So I actually called the emergency room because I didn't want to call 911. And which took forever. It took me like 30, 45 minutes to be able to make that phone call because your mind's not right. You've got what's called intruding thoughts. Your mind's going 100 miles an hour. You think you're hearing voices, but you're not, because your brain's misfiring big time. So basically, when I called the emergency room, the woman asked me what medications I was on and how long I've been off of them. And when I said that I was off of my diazepam, which was Valium at the time, she told me to hang up the phone and call 911 immediately because I am this close to death. And I had no idea. So it is very scary. A lot of people are terrified of it. And the people's chemist had pain pills his wife used for home birth, for kids. I use them all the time. Made the willow bark. Actually, that's a little bit too much. Sister Ruby Tuesday, I want you to do me a favor when you get off here, if you're still here, look up the Ashton. Just put in Ashton guide benzo. It's a guide. It's I believe a neurologist that came up with a way of weaning off of benzos safely, but you cannot decrease too fast. It is very dangerous. Even taking half a dose and day by day, it's crazy. You have to go. Sometimes it could take 2 years, which we don't have, to come off of benzos safely. People are going to be coming off of Suboxone. People are going to be coming off of pain meds. antidepressants, stuff like that, stuff that we are pretty much prisoner to. Um, so I strongly urge you all to, while the internet's up and running, I'm not saying it's going to be taken down. Um, it's a great time, even for myself, to learn and to start cutting back. Yes, it always seems like everyone I know has had failed or neck and back surgeries. I know how spinal stenosis, I can't say that word. Okay, you're talking to somebody else. I've heard that too. I use turmeric and honey for pain. If do your research while you all have time. If you have the extra, little bit of money, try to do some research and make your way to your local pharmacy and get some supplements like turmeric or whatever if you can't get the actual real turmeric. And thank you, Justin. I just looked it up. We'll go take a look at it yeah, please do. I learned a lot from that, and currently working with my doctor on that. But now we get thrown a huge curveball here. What's it gonna, entail? So, but that right there, not to scare, like I said, not to scare everybody, but a lot of people are going to get to the point, if it happens and they are going through withdrawal, they are going to think they're going to die. So they are going to not thinking rationally, not thinking clearly. They're going to do something stupid like I've done in the past. And they're going to take their lives. It's going to happen. We have no control over, I hate to say it, but there's going to be a lot of people that are terrified of the end of the world. It's crazy too. A lot of people think, okay, suicide is a cowardly act. Well, I tell you what, it takes a lot of balls, pardon my French, to take your life. So there's people on death row that actually hang themselves because they're afraid to get put to death. They know death is fast approaching them, and for some reason they would rather hang themselves and in their cells than actually be given a lethal injection, etc. Happens all the time. Yeah, I don't do direct sunlight, but for a half hour a day. Turmeric root can get the root at HEB. That's a food chain, isn't it? A grocery store? Magic Angel? HEB? We don't have that. I've never seen one before, so it might be a Texas thing or something. I don't know. Well, I don't know because I think Indiana might have them. I'm not quite sure. But anybody that does come in here, afterwards, because like I said, just about everybody that's in here is on the Discord. And like I said, we got Magic Angel's done a freaking amazing job with this Discord, like prayer request rooms, Bible study, music room, arts and crafts rooms, recipe room with PDF files and different recipes. Matter of fact, I'm just going to read them off because every time I wake up, there's new rooms. But in Discord, it's really easy. You just click on the link and you just follow directions. You upload to your computer the app. Okay, you got welcome rules. You got learning Discord. Contact Justin. Links for Justin. Announcements. Special events chat. Suggestion box, which people keep filling up. That's great. Family YouTube channels you can put in there. General chat where you just talk just like everybody here in the chat. And a lot of you all know, you know this already. So this is for somebody that stumbles across because they read what's in the title. I strongly urge people to join this Discord. Got general chat, random picture room where you can just put random pictures of your family, etc. Pictures of flowers, pretty scenery. Pet pictures, which has been huge. Everybody's been sharing pictures. shared videos, arts and crafts. There's a room for memes, funny memes. So if you need a good laugh, you're feeling down and out and depressed, you can go to the memes room and read all the silly memes. There's a room for newsroom, recipe room, ham radio room, which I thought was awesome. When I woke up this morning, emergency and medical room, all PDF files here that Sister Magic Angels put up, even one on CPR and childbirth, you know. Um, so if you are pregnant and you are not able to get to the hospital, the voice rooms. You got voice room 1, voice room 2, voice room 3. So if y'all want to talk to people directly, it's awesome. Then you've got the admin chat room, and you got the admin and moderators, battling addiction, recovering addiction. Okay, recovering and battling. They're the same, but they're different. Okay, battling is when you're going through the beginning stages, even like a whole year. Or some people think, okay, I'm sober, I have no more DTs, no more detox. Now I'm in the recovery phase. But these groups are closed groups. It means that random people just can't pop in there and be like, oh, so and so is an addict, or so and so's an alcoholic, or so and so's on this kind of medication. No, these are locked rooms that you have to come to either me or Magic Angel and ask, hey, can I get in this room? I don't want nobody to know. Boom, you go in there. Nobody else knows that you're in there except people that are fighting the same fight you are. And I strongly urge people that have time under the belt, like Bubbalicious, if he ever decides to come on, he would be a great person to have in the recovery room. And talking and giving your testimony is a great way, and reading, because when you start reading other people's testimonies, it's shocking, because it's like, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I went through. So you don't feel this sense of loneliness and helplessness. Like, wow, if this person can do it, I can do it. And then there's 3 rooms: veterans chat room, veterans picture room, veterans voice room for active and military and veterans, prayer request room, Bible study chat, text typing, Bible study voice. You can get 3, 4, 5, 6 people together and have Bible study every night at a certain time, or just out of the blue say, hey, so-and-so, would you like to come join me and let's read scripture? And then you've got a huge one is the music room. I can't get Brother Mitchell out of there. He's always in there jamming out to music. But even if you don't want to join this Discord, there's other Discords and there's other social media platforms. Like I said, Facebook, you can search for support groups. This is the most important time of ever, I believe, that we all need to stick together, reunite, and we have to do it through social media. And there may be a time that social media is taken down. And so let me go back up here and start reading some of y'all's comments. I'm going to have to do that. It's all the music he's been listening to with Groovy Dude. One thing, I've seen a lot of people that, that they can't find toilet paper. When I went to Walmart, there was no toilet paper. When I saw the dinosaur, that person that was in the hazmat suit, if you haven't seen that video yet, check it out. I was in Walmart and I was trying to grab my phone because the person that was in the butcher, or however you would call it, in the meat department, came out with all the meat and was wearing one of those big giant blow up dinosaur suits that constantly blows air, had gloves on and duct tape, and put that thing to good use as a form of a hazmat suit, I would assume, because that person wasn't smiling one bit. It's not like this was to lift people's spirits. That person was using that dinosaur suit as a hazmat suit. So I put it in there thinking hopefully that, okay, Ling says it's expired. It expires every 24 hours. So look up Magic Angel has the new link. Bubba. Click on the new link. It expires every 24 hours, so which I think is a good security thing, so people don't, trolls come in 3 or 4 days later and come in there and just start a bunch of problems. So HEB is a Texas thing. It's wonderful, family-owned grocery store. HEB gives reward points, and you can use it on anything. Plus, they give free items all the time. Wow, that's pretty cool. I saw on Dave Hodges where he said keep an eye on any HEB grocery stores that had UN vehicles parked in and something like that. I can't remember. Bubba knows. He did a video on it. But when it comes to the toilet paper, I got sidetracked. When it comes to the toilet paper, there's no toilet paper. But I go down the other aisle, and it's tons of paper towels. I'm sorry, people, but if you're out of toilet paper and you go to the grocery store and you see tons of paper towels, it works the same. Just don't use a whole bunch and clog your toilet, but don't just surpass it. That or napkins, and then wonder how the heck am I going to wipe my backside when you were just at the store 30 minutes ago and there was tons and tons of paper towels. I don't know where it went, but big, huge thing of paper towels. We haven't had results of that yet, but when the time comes, you best believe have no problem. Just popping in to see what's up. Blessings to all. Thank you, Sister Callie. Another awesome sister that's in Discord. Cloth diaper raised the nation. Yeah, cloth diapers raised the nation for exactly. If you can't find diapers, buy the cloth diapers. That's how people did it all the time back in the day. That's where I believe the not the bobby pin, but the safety pin came. Cloth diaper with safety pins. Internet shutdown coming. Major earthquake. Yeah, in Utah, we reported on that. Well, see, this is some of the stuff. If you can get into the Discord, you can put in the news section. But this, right now, I definitely want to go back onto it. People that are just coming in or that see these once again in the archives. If you are on antidepressants, if you're on bipolar meds, if you're on benzodiazepines such as Xanax, Valium, Klonopin, a bunch of other ones. Those are benzos. If you can't come off of those cold turkey, they're extremely dangerous. With the opioids, I hear it's very painful. You get very sick. The sweats, body aches, fatigue, depression, anxiety, etc. These are the times that we're facing. And I just strongly urge you all, if you know that this is coming and you know that there's a possibility that you won't be able to get your next refill or 2 months from now, like Bubba says, try to start weaning off of the pain meds. Not stop taking them cold turkey to prepare yourself, but get in some type of support group. And if you are in recovery, if you've been sober for years, please get in support groups to help other people that are going through it, because there's going to be people that have never gone through withdrawal that are going to think they're dying, and they're going to be terrified, and they're going to harm themselves. There's going to be self-harm. There's going to be suicide, major depression, crash and burn. I worry if they let my daughter out of jail earlier, she will go back to using, And that's another thing too. There's going to be people. Thank you for pointing that out, Sister Crystal Gypsy. There's going to be people that have been sober for years that are going to go. They're going to be like, terrified, and they're going to start using. They're going to pick up a needle. They're going to pick up a bottle, etc., and just say screw it. And the days that we're living in right now, you want your mind as clear as possible. Like me, when I got freaking wasted, drunk, I don't even remember. That's not where I want to be. That's not how I want to be in this SHTF situation. I want to be as clear-headed as I can be, to make rash decisions at the right time. Okay, was just told may be a delay for any of my lupus meds. Unbelievable. Yeah. They're going to use that for the virus treatment. I don't know how to say it. This is why I wanted to get on and warn people. There's going to be shortages, and they're going to be this and that. And I don't even believe that there will be shortages. I believe they'll just say that, a form of the Agenda 21 depopulation. But once again, do not let your guard down when people sit there and say that this is a hoax. This is not a hoax. Is this a false flag event? Absolutely, I believe. And it was kind of ironic that, President Trump had a meeting, a GM summit, G5 summit, whatever, with all the nations leaders yesterday via teleconferences. All the elites, the world leaders. What were they discussing? A one world government? It's kind of coincidental. I don't know, but I don't want to. When I saw that, I was like, yeah, that's definitely fishy. You're right, Justin. Yes, Sister Minnie, when I saw that, and when he did his speech, he's like, oh, yeah, I spoke with all the leaders of, all these nations, and we've come up with a good plan. When I heard that, we've come up with a good plan, and I'm thinking, what the heck? But this is something we've been preparing for. So, gotta basically have to pull up your bootstraps and put on the full armor of God, so to speak, and just be ready for whatever. And don't fall short. Don't give up and take your own life. Please don't. Do not do that, because you'll destroy your family. You'll destroy everything. You have no idea. If you're going to, like I say, death is swift, heaven is forever. So a lot of people agree. A lot of people think it's morbid, but it's true. But once again, try to, if you don't want to join the Discord, and if you want to join the Discord, just look for Magic Angel in the chat. Go to the chat section when you see this live stream upload. And look for that link. It's good for 24 hours. Click on it. If you've already have Discord, but you want to join another Discord like ours, I hate saying ours because Magic Angel created the whole thing, but it's all your alls. But please definitely join some type of support group via Facebook, via DLive. I don't know what they have on DLive. Discord, YouTube, etc. But you got to have some type of a social interacting going on like this, where you can talk and get immediate responses. No worry, you got to stop saying sorry, everybody. Sister Bernice in the house. I'm sorry I'm late. No need to be sorry at all. One day I'll tell you all the reason why I hate that word sorry. Comes from my horrible childhood. But, coming off of opiates, coming off of pain meds, or the same thing, but there's other pain meds, coming off of antidepressants, coming off of anxiety medicine, benzos, etc. Extremely dangerous. extremely dangerous. The biggest one too is coming off of antidepressants. You'll crash and burn, meaning something that kept you from, took you kind of out of that fog and depression, um, crying for no reason, sobbing, this and that. And this is the worst time in the world to come off of such drugs. So a lot of people, like I said, think, oh, addicts are losers or whatever. They're prescribed to people. That's how people got on. Once again, I'll say this, and then I'm going to hop off here. When it comes to the heroin epidemic, before the heroin epidemic, there was the opioid epidemic when you could go to the doctors or the dentist and say, my tooth hurts, and they would throw a bottle of 30 Percocet 10s at you, or Lortabs or Vicodin or whatever. You could go to the doctor and say, oh, my back's a little sore, this and that. Boom, you got a prescription. And there's a lot of, like I said, soccer moms, etc., that maybe got in a wreck or hurt their back or had back surgery. So they were given, pain meds, and it was helping for the pain. They weren't abusing them, etc. And then your body does build up a tolerance, so they need more. But then all of a sudden, the DEA came through, and doctors were terrified of getting arrested because they were seeing all these pill mills, people getting arrested. So a lot of doctors just cut people off cold turkey. Well, that's when a lot of people had no idea what withdrawal was, what dope sickness was. So these people that had great jobs and took great care of their kids or whatever, all of a sudden they found themselves sick, vomiting, diarrhea, sweating, and anxiety, etc. Didn't realize what they were going through, and that was withdrawal. And then a certain person might say, "Hey, I know something that'll help fix that. It's called heroin. It's cheap. You can get it off the streets." And that's how a lot of these people, and then these moms or dads, even lawyers, doctors and stuff too, dealt with the same thing. And the next thing you know, a year later, they've lost their house, they've lost their vehicle, they end up on the streets because nobody wants to be an addict. Nobody wants to be an alcoholic. If you could just snap your fingers and be completely clean or never have to worry about withdrawal, you would hear snapping going all around the world. Okay. People don't choose that lifestyle. A lot of people were lied to by their doctors, or ill-informed doctors were handing out stuff that they shouldn't have been handing out. So a lot of people that you see on the streets or whatever, those people 3 or 4 years ago could have had a really nice house, a great job or business, and then that's what happens. Bernice, I applaud you for your openness here on this YouTube platform. And Bernice she'll tell you she's one that's in one of the locked groups for withdrawal and for recovering addicts. And that goes for alcohol, any type of drug, anything that you're addicted to. So I believe it's going to be very helpful for her as well. And that's another thing too, Bernice, you got to let go of this guilt. You have family that loves you. You have people here that love you. You have people in Discord that love you. You told me the story about your husband having to take off of work to take care of you. Do not feel guilty. Do not feel ashamed. Be blessed that you have your husband and family that care for you and that are willing to take care of you. They take care of you because they love you. You got to, I know what it feels. I mean, I get it. It's easier said than done, but you got to let go of this guilt. A lot of people, it comforts them to help their family members. To help a family member or a loved one that's in need, in pain, going through chemo, going through all kinds of just whatever. That's what a lot of us are here for. That's why God put a lot of us here on earth, to help others. So, and a lot of people here in the chat and people that will come in to watch this later, I'm sure will strongly agree. It's wonderful. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. In these rooms, you're not judged. It's wonderful to be honest and not be judged. You know, in these rooms that were created by Magic Angel, you know, these locked rooms for addiction and recovery. Nobody knows you're in there except people that have agreed to go in there that are battling the same battle you are. So you can just, once again, you could message me or Sister Magic Angel and say, hey, I'd like to get in that room, and we'll place you there. And you can open up and you can tell people your history. You can tell them, you know, because it's good to get your testimony off your chest, you know. And hi, all right, thank you very much. See Perry 511. Hi everyone. I just joined your Discord, lock and loaded. I know you're gonna enjoy it. I guarantee you. You're gonna love it. I'm glad you. The family is such a blessing and a gift of the Lord. Absolutely. That's why you know. That's why you gotta let go of that guilt. No reason to feel guilty. My doctor years ago put me on Effexor. Was hard getting off of it. There's a lot of medications, that people don't even realize that coming off of are so dangerous. Okay, you're talking to somebody else. Sorry about that. I was reading something. Sister Janice says, love you all, Callie, and all of you. I'm alone. I live alone. I have different caregivers every day. I don't like that. Well, you know, that's another, and I'm very, very sorry for, you know, the way you're living right now. But that's why, you know, like the Discord is, you know, which I've seen you in Discord and I've seen you extremely, you know, lit up and happy and laughing at a lot of stuff, you know. So just please stick with us. That's all I ask. And we'll continue to pray for everybody. And please don't be afraid in the prayer requests. Put those prayer requests in there. People will come in and check it out. And Diane said, I just joined your Discord as well. It's not my Discord, it's everybody's Discord, and it was created by Sister Magic Angel. Sister Minnie, Janet Bolt will be praying for you. Exactly. Please, everybody, take advantage of the prayer request room, even if it's for a family member, etc. But we as Christians, you know, we love to pray for others because you know it's a good feeling to ask our Lord and Savior to help out another brother and sister in need. So, anyways, to everybody, much love, and everybody that has joined already. Blessed to have you in there, and people that are going to join in the future. We look forward to having you come in there. And when you come in, if you have a different name on Discord, when you come in, go into the general chat, just say, hey, this is so-and-so, like this is Ruby Tuesday from YouTube, you know, Sister Ruby Tuesday, aka Superman's wife. See, I got Sister Minnie, Minx, sports fan. I got Sister Superman's wife, then changed it to Ruby Tuesday. Y'all trying to mess me all up. But anyways, didn't get my notification. Well, I figured that, brother. Brother Rick McDiver didn't get a notification. Pretty sure nobody did because we started out with like 6 or 7 in the house because I put it in Discord. But I'm getting ready to hop off here. It's you know, if you're just coming in, you miss the live stream, you want to wait till it updates, watch it again, you're more than welcome. But to people that do see this in the archives, strongly urge you, once again, this is my words, just be prepared. Do like people have said, look up certain remedies that can help. See if you have time to get to the store, natural remedies like with blood pressure and stuff. When I come off my blood pressure pills, because it has a beta blocker in it, I have a high risk of stroke because it makes my heart just just like that. No lie. My pulse rate one time was like 220 something for no reason because I came off my blood pressure meds. The beta blocker is what slows your heart rate down. If you have a high a heart rate that's fast like mine, my mom and dad blessed me with high blood pressure and angina, the shrinkage of the arteries and blood vessels, etc. So anyways, please get into some type of support group, Facebook, YouTube, anything. But when it comes to YouTube, if you go on some of the channels that are about sobriety, I've tried that way. You don't have the one-on-one interaction, the live interaction like we do here on YouTube, live streams with everybody chatting. So watch a lot of videos on, helpful ways to withdraw. Don't isolate yourself. Get yourself into a Facebook group, something that you could type in something and somebody's going to reply within minutes, not within days. Okay. So, Patricia's Comedy and Life in the house. Hey, locked and loaded. I'm in recovery. That's awesome. Recovery and is something that we as alcoholics, or if you're an addict, it's something you have to live with every day. That's why, once again, I have one day at a time tattooed on my arm. Did it help? No, I've slipped up quite a few times, but when I am sober, it means a lot to me. Isn't there groups on Skype too? I don't know. I don't know much about Skype at all. I downloaded it on my phone, and I never used it, so I took it off. Congratulations, Patricia. I've been clean almost a year. Well, we'd love to have you in the Discord and one of the rooms, in one of the recovery rooms, giving other people advice on how you were able to be clean, how if you want to tell your testimony to others, to encourage others. A year is a huge milestone, people, and you're close to it. So very proud of you. Congratulations. What's the name of it? If you go up, Magic Angel, she's got the link to the Discord in the chat. Just scroll up. She's got the link. She's the one that created it. There she is right there. Click on it and just follow your way through. You have to upload an app if you do it by computer or by phone. So anyways, everybody, much love. And I'll see a lot of you all over in Discord. And to you all out there that are, facing hard times, depression, loneliness, thoughts of suicide and stuff, like I said, find a support group. Go to the Watchman Project. He's got, an email on there, like a prayer request email. You can get in touch with him. I believe he'll call you, talk to you directly. I don't get shout outs from other channels, but I really don't care. But it's all about you all. It's all about, it's not about us that create, YouTube creators or whatnot. We care about you all, and we want to help you all through hard times. And it's hard to listen to like a psychologist or psychiatrist that's never been, that just went to college for addiction or whatever. It's great when you can talk to people that have been through it, who are fighting it, and that are keeping their head above water and fighting the good fight, versus going and talking to somebody who just got a degree by reading a bunch of papers and books and stuff who is now a doctor who is telling you how to deal with depression, etc. Unless you find a psychiatrist um, or a counselor that has been through it, those are the ones you want to be with or talk to. That's just my opinion. But anyways, much love. Fear no man, never fear death. Get right with God. Fight the good fight, and always stay locked and loaded. Um, I'll put that up real quick so everybody can see that and read that before I go off. Much love. Thank you all for showing up. Later.